During this unique time in our country's history, when so many of us are at home because of the warnings associated with COVID-19, I created a very simple yoga practice just for you to enjoy in your home. You need a chair, and if you have a yoga mat to place the chair on top of so that you don't slide, it's even better. But everyone can do this, and I hope you enjoy. Let's begin with our hands in Namaste, finding a deep sense of center. You can now bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly and watch the rhythm of your breath. Slow it down. Let's separate the feet hips width apart, and when you're ready, inhale and reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale and bring the hands to the heart center. We'll do this 3 times. Every time that you reach the arms up, you fill the body with breath and light. Every time that you exhale, you return to the heart. Take your time and notice how you're feeling. Let's bring the hands on top of the thighs and inhale and gaze up to the sky. Exhale and round your spine as you contract your abdomen. You'll start to notice that I like to repeat each exercise 3 times. This gives your body and your mind and your breath time to find a sense of rhythm and to get to know the exercise from the inside out. Let's move on to the next position, which is called seated frog. The feet are nice and wide, the forearms are on the inner thighs, and you simply lean forward. From here, you can take the arms all the way up to the sky and lean over to the side. This is a little bit harder than it looks, so go slow with it and enjoy the stretch in the side body. Once you come back to the center, start to open your feet a little bit wider into Warrior 2. We bend the front knee, extend the back leg straight, and take the arms up. Let's take it all the way up and back now on the inhale. Exhale and extend over to the side. We'll do this 2 more times. This sequence has a pretty name. It's called Dancing Warrior. Think about dancing with your breath. It's like your breath is your dancing partner. Try not to drop her at any time. Enjoy that deep side stretch, and now reach the bottom arm up. Good. You can hold onto your wrist for a deeper stretch if that feels nice. And let's come back up to the center, finding that sense of neutral. Come back into your seated frog, and notice it's a little easier this time. Remember that there's no rush in anything that we're doing. If at any time you want to move deeper, like I am here with the hands on the floor, you can. Or if you want to back off and simply sit and breathe, totally fine. It's up to you to find your sense of center. Let's move on to the second side, back into that dancing warrior sequence. So we exhale when we reach over, and we inhale when we reach up and back. Exhale all the way over, big side stretch. Stretch through the obliques and the lats. Inhale and enjoy. You've got it. And now take your time and add the bottom arm to the stretch. Remember, you can make it a little deeper by holding onto the wrist, but that's simply an option. It's up to you. And now let's move on into the hips. So you're going to cross one ankle on top of the opposite thigh and lean forward. This is called seated pigeon or seated figure 4 pose. This is fantastic for your glutes and for your piriformis. And now see if you can cross the leg on top, maybe even getting a second crossing of the ankle. And now we have the other arm on top. So for example, here I've got my left leg on top. That means my right arm will be on top. You find those crossings, and then you lean forward and you contract the abdomen. Each time you come forward, it's like a little crunch. Every time you sit up, you find length. Let's release this and move on to the second side, crossing the ankle on top of the thigh and leaning forward into that glute and piriformis stretch. If you have lower back pain, This is a fantastic stretch to help release any tension in the low back. Breathe, come on up, and here comes that eagle pose. So now the right leg is crossed on top. Maybe you get a second crossing of the ankle. Left arm is on top. Maybe you get a second crossing of the wrist. And when you're ready, remember there's absolutely no rush. You can lean forward or you can stay seated. If you lean forward, you work the abs. If you stay seated, you work your strength. Now let's lean all the way forward into a hamstring stretch. So you can bring one leg forward and bend the other knee. And now simply change sides. Feel the length in the spine. Good work. Let's bring it back to the center, separate the feet, interlace the fingers behind you, and come into a modified forward fold. To deepen it, you can lean all the way over to one side, and then of course balance it out by leaning over to the second side. Come back to the center and sit up tall in your strength. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.